Aloha, everybody. What's going on? This is Gene here with EXOS. Thank you so much for joining me for this 5:30 hour of pillar strength. Okay, pillar strength. What does that mean? Of course, some stability, but it does not mean that we're going to be trying to shred our abs or doing 1,000 sit-ups or Russian twist. We're going to be focusing on trying to be mobile and stable throughout our entire body. So that's what we're going to focus on today. What you will need, you'll just need a yoga mat, maybe some water. Okay. We will be taking some breaks. It is quite a bit. This is a 30-minute class, so you will be going through some dynamic movements, some mobility, being stable on your feet. We're going to spend quite a bit of time on the ground at the beginning and then move it up to a standing position and up and down. So really trying to focus on particularly the hips, your spine or trunk neutral, and then shoulders. So those three areas, you'll notice there's a theme there throughout the entire session. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so let's take that place on the floor. We're going to be in a quadruped position. So let's go ahead and find that space. Knees are going to be below hips, hands below shoulders, and all I'm going to ask you to do is arch that back and then around that back. So big cat-cow. Drive that chin up to the sky. Big extension, keeping everything nice and straight with the arms, and then around your back. We're going to go 3 each. Just trying to get some length out of that spine. Get that thing nice and mobile. 3 each, 6 total. Okay. For this next movement, we're just going to continue that theme and rock back into a big lat reach. Okay, grabbing our thumbs up to the ceiling. And then what I want you to do is just continue all the way up, driving that chest nice and proud, head up to the sky, and a big arch of the spine. So big lat reach, drive forward with those hips go through the floor, wear that chest nice and proud with that chin up, 3 each. So working through that range, 3 and 3, 6 total. Don't worry if you can't really get to the ranges you want right now. We're going to do it 2 times through. So 3 each. Now we're going to move into a bird dog. So you're in that quadruped position, right arm to left leg. Okay, so you're going to meet your elbow and knee and then drive straight out. Okay, creating these opposite kind of stability through that hand and trunk. Now, with that leg, I don't want you to drive straight up, more as just driving out and continue to flex that toe and reach straight out. So we're going to go 3 each. Like I said at the beginning of class, we're going to work on that mobility first, and then towards the end of the class, we're really going to focus on some more stability. So getting mobile through this range in this quadruped position. Right, and then we're just going to repeat that cycle from the top. So in that quadruped position, drive that chin to the sky, arch that back, and then round. 3 each, 6 total, okay? Just trying to get that spine loosened up and aware, particularly that thoracic spine. But it is total body here. Never just one area, okay? So if you're in that quadruped position, reach out a little further, okay? And then just drive your hips back to your heels. Give me a big lat reach and then drive your hips, top of your pelvis through the floor, reach up with your head, back and forth, creating a little bit of length through the lats. And even driving those shoulders together away from the ear, getting a little bit more out of the scaps and your shoulder area. So 6 each. Then we're going into that last movement of bird dog. So opposite elbow, knee, reach straight out. Okay, drive out. Try to hold that finishing position. 3 each side. Try to keep that back as flush as you can, nice and straight, like that hunting dog. And then we're going to go into a tripod position. So tall kneeling, drive one leg out straight, whichever that may be. You can go right or left. Notice how my foot is nice and flush. Okay. All I'm going to do is take that same hand that my knee is bent on, okay, and just drive my hips back. From there, I'm going to reach through, and then I'm going to drive my hand to the ceiling, reach up 3 on that bent knee, creating a little bit of stress on those adductors and also some T-spine while I'm at it. So 3 each, while all the while keep my hips pinned back, creating this nice TP. Once I finish 3, go to the side, just got a nice crack. It always feels good. 3, okay. Continuing this mobile theme, we're gonna go pigeon. Let me get a little closer. So if I'm in my tripod position, all I'm gonna do is just swing that foot back, reach back, and then twist over that knee. So pigeon position, pigeon pose. Let's give you another angle here. Pigeon pose, and then just reach across. 3 each. Like I said, we're going mobility first through the hips, trunk, and shoulders. And then we're gonna get into some stability and pillar type strength that you guys are all searching for here during this class, as well as me. This is something that is a lifelong journey. This pillar strength attainment is something I always have to work on. So it's a really good opportunity for me as well. So tripod position, drive hips back through that triangle, and give me a big reach at the top. Really just trying to mobilize that spine. You can speed it up, you can slow it down. We're just trying to get maximum amount out of this whole body, this whole thing, this whole machine working together. Super important that we connect all the dots from toe all the way up to head and fingers. It's not just one area. It's all connected. Pigeon with that T-spine. Very nice. 3 each. Now we're starting to get a little looser through the hips. Starting to open up a little bit. That position is going to give us that ability to be able to do the patterns and be stable through those patterns. So now that you've done that little hip series with the tripod and pigeon, we're going to move on to shin box. So a little bit more, except we're just going to get ourselves in that 90-90 position. We're going to do 3 different movements and then switch to the other side. So real quick, real brief, big lat reach. Okay. Then we're going to go forward. And again, we're going to twist. Okay. We're just going to do 3 of each, real brief here. This is our last little big hip mobility. Then we're going to move on and twist. So let me run that back real quick. You're in that shin box. I want you to reach over, get nice and long. Okay, that's the first movement. Second one is reach forward. So driving forward, not rounding the spine, and then twist over that leg. So big reach, come up tall, reach forward with that torso, and then big twist. So 3 different things you have to do. Okay, once you're done, all I want you to do is just come up to that rowing position, or however you want to call it, knees up at 90, and just rock those hips side to side, loosening them up, getting that internal and external prepped up for this pillar strength and stability class. Okay. Very nice. Okay. Here we go. Half kneeling. Okay, we're continuing this journey of mobilizing that spine. Half kneeling. We're going to pull it apart just like we're pulling a bow back over that front knee. Reaching back. We're only going to do 3. We're really trying to lock in that lower half, create one direction. Okay, my hips aren't falling all over the place, and a lot of stability, and then trying to twist with that T-spine. So 3 side, draw back, head goes back with the hand, 3 each. Okay, then from here, let's bring that foot out. We're going to do a partial world's greatest. You're going to drive, let me give you another angle. You're going to drive that knee up. So drive that heel into the ground. And then all I want you to do is try to get some length and try to get a little more depth into that front leg. And then meet yourself back at the top. So hand comes down, get a little bit more length. Now, if you want to add a rotation, you can do that. We're going to save that for the next set. But I really just want you to get some depth, reach down with that elbow, and I want you to make sure that heel is driving into the ground. So 3 each, not a whole lot of work, but as you can see, we're getting deeper into those hips. It's getting a little easier to get to that position. It's going to create that much better of a movement once we get to that stability. So just keep moving. Remember, like I said, we're going to do this each little routine, 2 sets. So if you get confused at one, don't worry, we're going to hit it again. Here we go. T-spine rotation. Trying to open up. You could even go the other way if you like. Just want to get that spine moving in that direction. Beautiful. All right. Here we go. Last piece of the puzzle of this block. Okay, straighten out that leg. Elbow comes down. Reach straight up. Okay, we're going to add that T-spine. Meet back up. Elbow down. Drive up. And drive up. Switch legs. Last part. Let me give you another angle here. Last part. Reach up. Meet back. You should be all the way down to the ground by now, or at least trying to get there. And that back leg should be nice and extended. Very nice. All right, we're going to move to the next portion of our class, which is, yes, you guessed it, we're going to do some stability. Now, if you have some water next to you, let's go ahead and grab that. We have been moving quite a bit. Now, we're going to do 2 sets of 3 different blocks. Each block is going to have 3 movements. So, first block, let's get right into it. We're going to be doing it 8 months. So, the DNS 8 months. Let's start first, legs out straight. Go ahead and just bend them up to 90. Let one leg drop, okay? One knee is up, one leg is dropping. From here, I'm gonna set that hand outside of my hip, directly horizontal of my hip, and then I'm gonna create a ton of tension, and I'm trying to lift my body up with just this outside heel and this outside hand. So I'm gonna lift up and then just rotate. Notice how that kind of flows together. All I'm doing is trying to drive that shoulder away from my ear into the ground and then rotate into that bear position. We're going to try 5 each. Okay. Like I said, this whole thing's connected. We're not just going to sit here and try to crush all our abs and do 1,000 sit-ups. If that works for you, that's fine, but I want to connect the body here. That's what I'm really after. So outside heel, outside hand, bear position. 5 each. Drive down, rotate. Rotate back. Now, if you want to, you can just leave that foot out and just rotate off that foot. Beautiful. 5 each. Finally, yes, we get to stand up. Beautiful. All right, so we're in that standing position. Now, we're gonna do a little bit of a load and crossover. So when you're doing multi-direction or playing any sport that you have to move laterally, you have to cross over. You can't just go in one straight line. There has to be some type of multi-direction input in there. So what we're gonna do is, starting out nice and soft knees, shift that weight to one side. Now I just want you to reach that opposite foot directly horizontal from the foot that's down and load everything through that foot. So my toe, my knee, and my nose are all in one line. And I'm really trying to get low and then reach. And you're just gonna cross that knee over the middle of your body and wind up. So being nice and stable, really want you to come out of those hips, cross that midline. You can even incorporate your arms and torso at the top. But all we're gonna do is 5 here. Like I said, we're doing 2 sets of everything. So don't panic, you get to this again. This is just basic stability through the ability to move in a multi-plane manner. So really load that leg up and twist, okay? If you can, try to keep that knee as close as you can to the opposite leg, almost like you're posing like the Heisman. Perfect. All right, now we're gonna be back down. We're gonna be on our belly. We're gonna be doing prone, Y, T, A, W. So we're gonna be on that stomach, okay, on that stomach. And all we're gonna be doing is holding for 10 seconds. I'll give you another angle here. Holding for 10, okay? So holding for 10 at a Y at your own pace. You could even do pulses if you like, but I really want you to just be aware of these positions, and then you're gonna go straight to a T. So you're gonna go YTAW, 10 seconds each. We got 3, 2, 1, time. Now we're gonna go to A's. 10 seconds, come on, stay with me. A's here, come on, really trying to drive those shoulder blades together. Retract, retract, retract. Now we're into W's. Drive those elbows down. Ten-second hold. And relax, very nice. That's our first series. So we're gonna rotate through that one more time, starting from the top. So heel is up, hand outside the hip, okay? And I'm just driving and then twisting into that bear position. So really try to protract that shoulder or drive that shoulder away from your ear, making sure that arm stays nice and straight. I lift my butt up and I just twist right into that bear position. 5 each side. Now you can hold, you can even, if you like, reach out with that foot and then sweep it right in. So reach out, a little bit of an animal flow here. You can kind of create kind of like a breakdancing move, I guess. Comes pretty fun. You're also gaining a ton of range with the shoulders. Like I said, pillar strength for me is, it's a continued journey throughout life. Wherever it takes you, you're always going to have new ranges to try to get to, different movements somebody's going to throw at you. It should be fun, should help you not only in sport, but in life. That's our biggest goal here. All right, back on our feet. Let's work on that load and crossover. So load that foot, load, 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 crossover like we're posing for that Heisman. Load, crossover. A little bit of a rhythm, almost like a dance. 5 each side. Give you another angle here. Boom. 3, 4, and 5. You can feel that loading throughout the hip, knee, and ankle, become a little bit more stable, and then trying to be more propulsive at the top. And twist can be tough, you know. It's hard to get over that midline. So let's finish up on that shoulder series YTAW, okay? 10 seconds each. Big Y's. Those thumbs, make sure the thumbs are pointed straight up. And go ahead and go. If you haven't already, 10 seconds on your own. Don't cheat yourself here. This is a great one for all my phone addicts, or if you spend too much time sitting, no big deal. Just spend more time on your T-spine and your shoulders. And you'll start to feel better and better each day. I know I have to stay on it from playing baseball all those years. I have one shoulder that works and one shoulder that's broken. So, all right. That does it for our first block. Going on, we're going to go into 3 different movements, 3 new movements, and let me take you through the first one. So first one's going to be a pillar bridge with an arm reach. Now, when you're in that pillar bridge and you're going to reach straight out, I want you to try to keep that low back nice and stable. How do I want you to do that? I want you to spread your feet out a little wider. So let's widen that base with the feet, give you a little bit more stability. And let's also put our hands a little bit farther in, closer to where our head is. That's going to add even more. And let's get a nice pause. We're going to go 5 each. Let's go ahead and get started if you haven't already. $10 total. That one always gets me. Then we're going to move on to our second movement. So we're going to load up on that leg, just like we did with that crossover. So load up on that leg. And all we're going to do is just drive that leg out into an inverted hamstring position. Now, you can do airplane with the arms. You can go A, you can go Y. All I want you to do is start upright first. So loading that knee, that quad, that hip, that ankle, that foot. Then just drive straight back up to a standing position. So load, drive out, back up to a standing position, load, inverted hamstring. So it's more hip dominant. You're really just trying to bend at the hip, not at the knee. Okay, so 5 each. Let's just focus on that foot on the ground. Creates as much balance and stability as possible. So I really want to dig my toes and my whole foot into the ground, trying to imprint my foot as if it was sand and I was at the beach. So let's all that weight into that foot, get nice and long, and meet myself back to that standing position. Next movement, we're going to go DNS stars, your guys' favorite. So like we're doing a lateral pillar bridge, bring those heels in. Now we're just going to bridge off the knees. Okay, then I want you to create this star-like position. All I want you to do with this top hand though is row it into your rib cage. Now from here, drop the hips, reach out, and row up. 5 each side. And 5. Now you can speed these up, you can slow these down as much time as you want to take on each side. My hope for you is that you're going about these and getting something out of them. So don't rush. We got all the time. You sacrifice the time. It's important. that you guys do it as good as you can, okay? So back at the top, pillar bridge with that arm reach, 5 each side, big wide base, elbows and hands a little closer, right below the face, just trying to be as stable with that low back as possible. Beautiful. 10 each. We're back on our feet. Here we go. Load up that front knee. Come on. Load up that front knee. Kick that foot back. Big inverted hamstring. Come up back to a standing position. As you can see, always need work on that inverted hamstring. Load up. Kick back. Drive back. Coming into, you want your eyes to be staring at the ground when you're finished. And you want your spine to be nice and flat. Should be feeling a ton of tension through those glutes. 5 each side. Whew. Here we go. Lock it in, Gene. Come on. There it is. 3 more. Come on. Reach, reach, reach. We're getting better together. 1. Perfect. Right into those DNF stars. Come on. Let's go. Let's finish these last. We got about 5 minutes. Let's finish strong here. Come on. Nice and tall. Create that star pattern. So top hand rose into the rib cage. We got that separation. I'm off my knee. Okay, I'm shining that belt buckle towards you. Drop my hips, reach out. Spider-Man for a second. Row back up. Spider-Man. Back to the top. 5 each. Perfect. 5 and 5. And we're moving on to block 3. I know we only have 4 minutes. We're going to go through this in a timely fashion. Okay. Going through 3 different movements. Okay. They will be on our back for the first 2. And then the last one, we're going to be in a split stance. So glute bridge, single leg. Get on our back. Left hand, right knee. Now, what I want you to do is drive your hand into your knee, vice versa with the knee in the hand. So create a ton of tension with my trunk here. You can feel that once you create that tension, that cross angle. And then with that bottom foot, heel goes into the ground, and I'm just coming up into that single leg glute bridge for 5. Okay, opposite hand can either be flat or elbow driving into the ground. 5 each. Perfect. Same thing. Hand, right hand, left knee, drive through the knee, knee drives through the hand. Now I got my tension through my core, and I'm into trunk neutral, and I'm just getting to the top. Whatever speed, however you feel here. Always at your own pace, own level. Now we're going to go 2-leg or bilateral dead bugs. So I'm up straight. This time, my heels and feet are up. I got this 90 position. My back is flat. I'm reaching my heels and feet out, all the while pointing my toes. And the big thing here is once you get nice and long, guess what? You got to keep that low back flush. So let's go. 5. Nice and easy. Trying to create that good trunk neutral, that good posture that we always want to practice for that nice lumbar health. Beautiful. All right, last piece of the puzzle here. Get into that half kneeling position. Make sure that toe is curled. All we're gonna do is get stacked. So what does that mean? Let's make sure that back glute is tight. all the way from the knee up to the ear, one line. Then I want you just to lean forward. So give me that lean as if I was going to sprint into this wall, and then drive through that front leg, coming up about 2 inches, and give me a 10-second hold. Just really being a rock, okay? I don't want you to move. Don't want you to go anywhere. Big isometric hold here for 10 seconds. Okay, even if I lift that foot off the ground, this front leg goes nowhere. Okay, once you've done 10, let's meet at the top, reset, opposite leg. Okay, big 10-second hold. So let me show you that again. Stack yourself up, lean forward, all that weight shifted as if I was going to accelerate into this wall. Drive that foot through the ground, ton of tension. Hands can either go into that sprinting position, that 2-point, or you can just leave them out by the side. Really try to focus on keeping that knee nice and low, keeping my angle forward, 10 seconds and down. That's block number 3. Let's go through that one more time. Come on, stay with me. I know we're at 6 o'clock here, but let's get through one more set here. Let's go. Opposite hand and knee, drive up for 5. That dinner's not going anywhere. Let's earn this stability and this strength through our hips, okay, our torso, spine, and shoulders. 2, 3, 4, 5. Beautiful. All right, on this dead bug here, let's focus on holding that in position. And imagine if I had a rubber band on your low back, I was trying to tug it away, you're pinning it to the ground. So you're trying to drive your belly button down. Give me a good 2 to 3 second hold at the bottom, 5 reps. Come on, let's own this position. Trunk neutral. Let's get that pelvis nice and locked in for the week ahead. In 5, beautiful. All right, last piece here, come on. So half kneeling, curl those toes, stack yourself, big tight glute, drive forward as if I was gonna sprint through you. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of flair here. All I'm gonna do now is I want you to hold a Y. See if you can keep that trunk neutral, those rib cage from flaring. And then let's add 5 seconds. So 15-second hold here. Come on, stay with me. Let's do this together. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Beautiful. All right, switch it up. Half kneeling position. Lock in that hip, drive forward. Okay, you're just coming 2 inches off the ground. I'm not sure how much that is in centimeters, I'm sorry. But it's about that much off the ground. Coming up, driving through the floor with that front leg, keeping that angle, and then we're going big Y position. So big overhead position. Let's get nice and long. Imagine you have a barbell in your hand and you're holding it overhead, locking yourself in and ready to go forward. Here we go. We're counting down from 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Very nice, team. Whew. Since we went overtime here, 3 minutes, I will finish with a real brief thank you. And it is such a pleasure to be able to move with you. For me, movement is everything, and it's medicine for me, and I know probably is for you. So it was great to be able to own that pillar today. Remember, we want to be mobile and also stable. Okay, we don't just want to be mobile or don't just want to be super strong. Okay, we need to have both. We need to be dynamic through all the entire body. It's one system. Thank you guys so much. Mahalo. You guys have a good rest of your evening. Look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow.